Hello everyone, I'm Blake from GLKU. Today I would like to introduce LESU's newly launched customized color 1-14 desktop model WA100 loaders. Let me show you the detail first. Now let's step into the loader's cab. First, we open the door. Inside the cab, there are two rear view mirrors. We package them separately to avoid damage during transportation, so you will need to install them by yourself. The installation is straightforward. Just align a small hole on the rear view mirror with the ball joint and insert it. Moving to the bottom part of the cab, there is a toolbox here with a pair of ladders mounting on top of it. The toolbox can be opened by pulling out the handle. There is also a toolbox on the lower right side of the cab, which can be opened the same way by pulling its handle. Next, let's move to the rear of the loader. There is its engine cover. When we open the engine cover, the space inside is used to store the receiver and the battery. Due to the limited space, only relatively small batteries can fit here. Looking at the screw hole under the cockpit, you can see the screw is not tightened. However, it is tightened at the factory. We loosen it for demonstration purposes. Now we can flip the cockpit over. This is a retractable strut. Pushing it to the left will lock the cockpit in place, while pushing it to the right allows the cockpit to close. Inside here is the precision hydraulic system. On both sides of the engine cover are the radiators, and here is a cooling fan. This is also a tow hook at the back, which is secured with a pin. To use the tow hook, remove the hook from the chain and pull out the pin. When not in use, reinstall it. On the lower left side of the engine cover is the fuel tank. You can find the detailed instructions in the notes. Before operating the loader, you need to replace the plug on the fuel tank with a beer cap. Failure to do so might cause fuel line blockage or hose rupture. Now let's open the door and look inside the cockpit. The interior is made of highly simulated ABS plastic. We are now ready to power on the machine, but first we need to turn on the remote control to prevent the machine from malfunctioning. Now let's connect the power, open the rear cover. Due to the small place, placing the battery requires some skill. Squeeze the wires of the battery to fit it better into the pre-designed space. Do it like this. Then connect the power supply. At this point, tuck the power supply into the space on the right. Close the cover. Then put the receiver back in. And tidy up the massive wires inside. Hold the cover in place. And that's it. The remote control was already paired and debugged with the model at the factory. Now let's look at the SWA toggle on the remote control. Flip it up and down, and the headlights will turn on. Both the canopy headlights and the rear lights of the machine will illuminate. Next is the SWB toggle on the remote control. This toggle has 3 positions and is used to adjust the loader's sound system. Flip it up once and down to turn on the engine sound. Flipping it down activates the horn. To turn on the sound system, flip it up and down again. Flipping it up again will turn them off. The SWC toggle on the remote control is for the loader's warning lights, which are normally on. Flipping the toggle down and then up switches the light modes. Now it's the second mode, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, and back to the original first mode. Now let's focus on the VRB knob on the remote control, which controls the loader's hydraulic system. Turning this knob activates the hydraulic system. The right joystick controls the boom. Pushing it up lifts the boom, and pushing it down lowers the boom. The left knob controls the bulky. Turning it left lifts the bulky, and turning it right retracts the bulky. Additionally, the loader has an automatically leveling function. When the bulky is in this position, even if I lower the boom, the bulky will land steadily without tipping over. Here is an oil line that facilitates the replacement and attachments later. Features a manually quick release mechanism for easy removal and installation. Just press the pins on both sides or towards the center and then release the hook to take off the attachments easily. As you can see, pressing these 2 handles inward will retract the pin, allowing you to install the attachment. This loader is compatible with Bobcat's attachments. For example, a dozer blade can be installed using the manual quick release. Simply connect the oil nozzles to the oil line, and then the hydraulic function will work. It is also compatible with the Bobcat's rolling brushes. On both sides here are boom cylinders, which are made of metal. This is a bucking cylinder. These cylinders can be customized, and you can choose other colors. This loader, for instance, has red cylinders. Here is the fender. Manufactured using CNC metal processing technology. The tires are made of soft rubber, and the rear hubs can also be customized in color. This one is red. It also has a simulated air valve, which are highly realistic. There are also some other exquisite design details, such as the realistic movable windshield wipers. There's one on the rear cockpit too. Now let's take a look at the loader's chassis. This is the drive shaft. On both sides are the axles, which have a differential function. This is where the transfer case is responsible for distributing power to the front and the rear drive axles as needed. This is the transfer case we can see earlier on the chassis. And this is the automatic centering valve. We will demonstrate its function shortly. It is for the automatic centering of the steering. The right joystick on the remote control controls the steering directions of the loader. You can see that it is not moving now. That's because I haven't opened the pressure valve. The steering is controlled by the pressure valve. Only when I open the pressure valve will it respond. The higher of the pressure valve is opened, the faster the steering speed. If you release the joystick during operation, it will automatically center. The SWD switch controls the loader's differential. You can see that I have set the speed to the maximum now. With the differential activate, now if I turn off the differential, even if I reach out and hold the tire, it will still keep spinning. And the same goes for the rear tires. You can choose the differential mode according to different operating scenarios. Under the boom is an anti-slip block. Where needed, you can take it out and place it under the tire to prevent the machine from sliding and getting damaged. When not in use, you can install it back like this. Here are the tail lights, which include turn signals, brake lights, and the reverse lights. The front also has turn signals. The loader's rear axle is equipped with suspension, which improves stability and operability during operating. Alright guys, the introduction of these three WA100 ends here. If you want to see more awesome content, just don't forget to like, share and subscribe me. Then I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.